Available now. Link below. In a stunning turn of events that could reshape the legal landscape for former President Donald Trump, a Georgia judge has just dropped a bombshell ruling that has the potential to derail the high-stakes criminal case against him. Judge Scott McAfee has sided with Trump's legal team, ordering an immediate hearing to determine whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified from the case entirely. Now, this explosive development comes as Willis faces a firestorm of controversy over allegations that she perjured herself under oath and engaged in a scandalous affair with a subordinate prosecutor. With her career hanging in the balance and the future of the Trump prosecution in jeopardy, legal experts are scrambling to assess the fallout from this game-changing decision. So stay tuned for this special report as we dive deep into the implications of this jaw-dropping ruling and what it could mean for the upcoming 2024 election. And trust me, you don't want to miss my final thought on this one. Now, folks, before we dive into this bombshell report, let me take a moment to talk about a crucial issue affecting many Americans today. Just like how Fani Willis' case against Trump is being bogged down by excessive baggage, excess belly fat can weigh you down and put your health at risk. That's why I'm excited to introduce you to an amazing new supplement that's formulated with science-backed ingredients to help reduce fat storage, speed up fat breakdown, support weight management, curb cravings, and rev up your metabolism. And here is the best part: for the rest of the month or until supplies run out, you can get a whopping 51% off. So head over to trimwithgary.com to secure your discount. That's trimwithgary.com. Now, in a major development that could have far-reaching implications for the criminal case against former President Donald Trump, Judge Scott McAfee has granted a certificate of immediate review to Trump's attorneys. You can see it right here. Now, the move indicates that the motion to disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is of such importance that it warrants immediate attention. 11 Alive Atlanta wasted no time in breaking this game-changing news. Take a look.
We start here with breaking news this afternoon. A judge has now signed off on the first step of the appeals process as attorneys continue to try and disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis from the election interference case. Last week, a judge determined Willis could stay on the case, but only if the lead prosecutor, who she had a romantic relationship with previously, stepped aside. He resigned on Friday afternoon. Now, the judge says while the appeal is still pending, he will continue to address other matters related to the case as prosecutors try and move forward toward a trial. Now it's up to the Georgia Court of Appeals to decide whether or not they will hear this appeal. We'll have much more on what this means for a potential trial coming up starting on 11 Alive News at 4. Now, we did just receive a statement from former President Donald Trump's attorney on this news. He says the defense is optimistic that the review will lead to the case being dismissed and the DA eventually being disqualified. Now, a spokesperson for the DA's office also sent us a statement moments ago saying the office will work toward a trial, moving toward a trial as quickly as possible.
Now, Jay Sekula of the American Center for Law and Justice weighed in on the appeal filing, highlighting the judge's finding of an appearance of impropriety in Willis's conduct. Sekula argues that simply removing the special counsel is not enough to eliminate the impropriety and that the responsibility ultimately lies with the district attorney herself. Take a look.
The judge found in the order that there is an appearance of impropriety, but he thought that impropriety could be eliminated by simply removing the one special counsel. But actually, to remove the appearance of impropriety, it is the district attorney who is ultimately responsible. To lay this at the feet of the deputy or the assistant isn't right. And the court also, remember, made that famous statement about there's an odor of mendacity that lingers in this case. That's untruthfulness on a criminal case against the former president of the United States. So what has happened is a number of the defendants, Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Bob Cheeley, who's a friend of mine, Mark Roman, David Schaefer, the former head of the GOP in Georgia, and very well respected.
Yep.
Harrison Floyd and then Kathleen Latham, some of those are electors, have filed a defendant's joint motion for a certificate of immediate review. To get an appeal, you have to seek request from the district court, and then it will be decided by the actual Court of Appeals. Discretionary. They don't have to take it.
Right there.
Now, Judge McAfee's ruling deals another blow to Willis, who was recently ordered to either recuse herself or accept the resignation of Nathan Wade, a fellow prosecutor with whom she had a romantic relationship. The couple's affair became the focal point of defense attorneys' arguments, suggesting that Willis hired Wade for a substantial sum of $700,000 after their relationship began during his divorce proceedings. Taking the stand, Willis claimed that her relationship with Wade started after he was hired in 2021 to join the Trump investigation. However, her testimony was contradicted by a former friend and Wade's former divorce attorney, both of whom stated that the affair predated Wade's hiring. If these allegations prove true, Willis may have committed perjury by concealing the nepotistic hiring of Wade. Now, the consequences of such an offense could be severe, risking not only her oversight of the case, but also more serious penalties, including disbarment and removal from office. Jonathan Turley, a prominent legal analyst, discussed the gravity of the situation on Fox News. Take a look.
Very serious problem for her. It may not make ultimately a huge difference in the prosecution. It may result in her removal. It might actually result in a delay, but it won't necessarily result in the dismissal of the case against Trump.
Well, that remains to be seen, but in light of the revelations surrounding Willis' affair with Wade, a Georgia panel has been formed to investigate whether state prosecutors are upholding their oaths of office. Legal observers believe that Willis' law license could be in jeopardy, adding further uncertainty to the future of the Trump case. Now, the challenges facing Willis extend beyond her personal conduct. CNN's Jeffrey Toobin recently declared that the case against Trump is dead on arrival, citing not only Willis' self-inflicted wounds, but also the compressed timeline for hearings, depositions, and document discovery across 4 ongoing criminal trials involving the former president. Watch.
He wrote that the reasonable questions remain about whether Willis and Wade testified untruthfully about the timing of their relationship. I mean, that's...
Today was a very good day for Donald Trump. This case is going nowhere. Even if, in the extremely unlikely event that this somehow staggers to trial in August or in the fall, think about this. There's another racketeering case in Georgia where jury selection, not the trial, jury selection has taken a year. This case is never going to trial before the election. It's an embarrassment, all of this. I mean, Fani Willis has hung on, but this case is going nowhere very quickly.
If any of Trump's cases extend past Election Day, many experts anticipate that should he win the presidency, he could dismiss the 2 federal cases against him and indefinitely postpone the local cases in Georgia and New York. This scenario adds an additional layer of complexity to an already tumultuous legal landscape. As the Trump team celebrates this significant legal victory, all eyes turn to the Georgia Court of Appeals, which will now decide whether to hear the appeal regarding Willis' disqualification. The outcome of the decision could have a profound impact on the trajectory of the case and potentially the 2024 presidential election. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. So, ladies and gentlemen, this latest development in the Trump case is a testament to the brilliance and tenacity of the former president's legal team. By filing this motion to disqualify Fani Willis, they have exposed the glaring improprieties and potential corruption at the heart of this politically motivated prosecution. It takes courage to stand up to the establishment and fight for justice, but that's exactly what Trump's attorneys are doing. However, the final decision now rests with the Georgia Court of Appeals. As we await their ruling, it's crucial that we remain vigilant and continue to demand transparency and accountability from our public officials. The American people deserve a justice system that operates fairly and impartially without the taint of personal bias or political agendas. So stay tuned as we continue to follow this developing story and fight for the principles that make our republic great. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.